Making a profit of 2.92% during the London session today. Remember to click on subscribe for a heads up when new videos get posted. Let's get over to the charts. Okay, straight onto the charts. You can see that I'm in two trades at the moment. Took these just before I did the live webinar with the Price Action Traders Institute members, and they're still holding at the moment. Not doing a great deal, but they're still holding. So US dollar, Japanese yen. Here you can see I've taken this, looking for further upside movement. Took this about 3 or 4 candles back. Looking for further upside movement. I took this at 43. And the US dollar, Canadian dollar, took this at 13 as it came through one of our entry points. Looking for further upside movement on this too. Having a bit of a pullback at the moment, last 3 candles. But let's see what happens. Okay, so they're the only two trades that I'm holding at the moment. And I shall pause for now and be back if there's any changes to report. Back again with one more trade taken on the Euro Japanese yen, taken at 53 as it came through an entry point, looking for further upside movement on this, and price is just hovering at the moment. Not really doing a great deal across the board right now, but who knows, it could kick off at any moment in time. Either way, of course. Okay, I'll be back soon. I'll put this on, pause this again, and I'll be back soon with any updates that happen. Okay, back again with an update. The US dollar, Canadian dollar trade that I took at 13, pulled back and stopped me out. And so I'm down 10 pips at the moment. Be looking for a re-entry on this if it starts to move. The other trades that I'm still in are the US dollar, Japanese yen. Well, that's a bit of a pullback at the moment. It's looking like the Japanese yen was getting weak. We're seeing that moving up, pulling back right now. But no change in my plan there, still holding that. And the only other pair I've got is the Euro Japanese yen. And again, that's pulled back down below where I got in. Slight deficit at the moment, but not a big deal. And still holding that. So looking for further upside movement. And that's it. The markets are really pretty quiet, not doing a great deal right now. And we just have to sit and wait, see what happens. This is what trading's about. It's not always the cut and thrust and wild excitement that some people think it is. So I shall pause again and be back if there's any changes. One more trade taken on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen as it came through our entry point. Really such a slow morning, and all we can do is sit with it. Okay, I'll pause again and be back if there's anything to report, any updates at all. Back again with an update. We're starting to see a little bit of price action moving now. It's a bit late in the session that it started actually happening, but still. So I've taken the EU, Euro, US dollar. I've taken this short, took it at 14, looking for further downside movement as it came through one of our entry points. Euro Japanese yen, I'm still holding that from way early on before I did the live webinar. The pound US dollar, I've taken this, although it's sucked right back straight away. Looks like that's going to hit my stop any second now. Not looking too good. Pound Japanese yen, took that as well, although that's sucking back to my entry point right now. This pound is just so volatile at the moment. The moves on it, it's pretty ridiculous. It's almost becoming untradeable at the moment with all that's going on with the Brexit news. Still, I'm in it and I'm holding for now. Need to see what this candle does when it closes. The other trades that I'm in are the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Took this long at 12, looking for further upside movement. The US dollar, Japanese yen, still holding this from much earlier on today. One of the first trades that I took. And so that's it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades being held at the moment. I've had one stop out so far, minus 10 pips down. Okay, I'll pause again and I'll be back as soon as those candles close on the pound trades, just to let you know how I get on with them. I'm starting to pull back a little bit. We need to see these pull back past that point where I got in. Okay, I'll pause for now and I'll be back soon. So the GJ sucked back, didn't manage to push back past that point where I got in, so I had to punch out of that, losing 5 pips. So I'm currently down 15 pips. Pound Japanese yen just about held on now, just above the entry point, so I'll see what this next candle does as to whether I stay in this or whether I get out. Okay, so I'll pause again and be back with an update soon. One more trade taken on the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Taking this as it came through entry point, looking for further downside movement on this. Back again, seeing this pound reversing. I've a good mind to just steer clear of these pound trades at the moment, the way they're messing about. Anyway, so pound Japanese yen, I had to punch out of that for minus 3 pips. And I've had the, what was the other one? The Australian dollar, Japanese yen. I took a full stop on that, losing 12 pips. So at the moment I'm down 32 pips and I'm holding just 2 trades at the moment. Okay, I'll pause again, be back soon. Back again, and some 4.5 hours after I took my first trade this morning. I'm going to run through these pairs just to show you where I stand right now. I'm down at the moment, I'm down 10, 20, 30, 32 pips, and I'm holding the Euro Japanese Yen, Pound Japanese Yen, although that's pulling back a little bit now. Australian Dollar Japanese Yen, seeing that starting to move up, seeing a little bit of Australian dollar strength at the moment. US dollar Japanese yen, price is still hanging around where I got in. It's just been going sideways. Pretty much all the markets have just been going sideways this morning. And the New Zealand dollar US dollar, took this earlier on as it came through one of our entry points. Price started to move out quite nicely, looking as though it was going to get going, and then of course it's just sucked back, just resting back again and heading back towards where my entry point was. So that's where I am right now. I shall pause again. We're 35 minutes away from a major red news event on the pound, and so I'm going to keep these trades open and I'll be trading that red news event. Wasn't sure if I could make that today, but it looks like it's going to be okay. So I'll be trading that red news event in a little while, and I'll pause for now and be back soon. Back again with yet another update. Just going to run through these pairs. We've got just under 15 minutes before the red news event comes out on the pound, so I'll just run through these trades that I'm holding. The Euro Japanese Yen, looked like this was going to start moving. It looked like the Japanese yen was getting weak across the board. Not so sure about that now, but who knows, it may continue to move up. I've brought my take profits to 2-to-1 risk to reward, so brought them down a little bit. I'm just going to be trading the pound news and then I'll be finished for the day, whatever I've got in these trades. So Euro Japanese yen, still showing a little bit of profit, been in this for hours now. And just price is still very close to very close to where I got in. Pound Japanese yen, that seems to be moving now. Not sure what the GU's doing. Yeah, pound's showing some strength just before this news event, so who knows, this might take profit before I need to punch out, because I won't hold any open trades while there's a news event going to take place. Prices can get too stupid, the spreads can go crazy, spiking all over the place, and it can cause problems. So I'll be punching out of this before that red news event comes out. It'll be nice to see a bit more profit in that before I do. Australian dollar Japanese yen, seen that moving up as well with the rest of the Japanese yen, starting to pull back a little bit now. I'll be leaving this on throughout the red news event. Shouldn't be a problem with this. US dollar Japanese yen, seen that break that 50 level yet again, and it's just hovering around there. Just like to see that get above that 50 level and close above that, and then there's more of a chance of it continuing up towards this previous day's high here, and where I've got my take profit just below that. Again, 2-to-1 risk to reward. I'll be taking 20 pip profit on this if it makes it. And the New Zealand dollar US dollar, I punched out of this for break even. It looked like it was pulling back. It just wasn't anything really happening with the New Zealand dollar or the US dollar. I just punched out of that, although it's starting to come back down a little bit now. Okay, that's it for now. I'll pause again and be back once this red news event kicks in. Okay, just a quick update before this pound news comes out at midday here in London. I've taken the GJ, I punched out of this for plus 12, so at the moment I'm down 20 pips coming into the red news. So I've got no pound trades open at the moment. I've also opened the, let's have a look, I've got the pound US dollar flat, pound Japanese yen flat, and I've also opened up the pound, the euro pound. Is another pair that I'll be trading if we see any moves on this news event. Okay, so I'll pause again and I'll be back with the red news event soon. Okay, back now. This is the first chance I've had to sit down and go through this video, finish this video off and go through the pairs that I still had open when the pound news came out this afternoon at midday. Time now here in London is 4:20 in the afternoon. Just before the pound news came out at midday, 12 o'clock midday in London, I had to punch out of this GJ trade that I had. It's what we do. Rather than taking a chance on holding a trade moving into a news event where you can get volatility spikes and all sorts and the spreads go crazy, it's better just to punch out and just take what you've got and then see if there's a way back into a trade. So I took the GJ off. You can see this is where I got in. Price was at 50. That was a re-entry for me, and I got out here, and that gave me 12 pips. So that's it. I was out of this trade and I was looking to get in on a news trade when that pound news came out at midday. The prices were, the spread was all over the place, the volatility was all over the place, there were spikes going up, spikes going down, and I just didn't fancy it. I didn't feel comfortable with it, and I thought, no, I'm not going to take a chance. I'll just hold off and manage the trades that I've got. Those trades were the Australian dollar Japanese yen, Euro Japanese yen, and the US dollar Japanese yen. So I'll quickly run you through those and show you how I did. Australian dollar Japanese yen, you can see where I got in down here. That was 0-0, that was a re-entry, and I got out here, managed to take 25 pips on this. Now the thing was, when that news event happened, you can see this candle extended here. Price across the board on all pairs started to go a bit crazy, started to move. They weren't spiking, it wasn't like crazy volatility, but there was good movement happening, and it did me a real favour as it goes. So the Australian dollar Japanese yen, that hit my take profit. And like I say, I managed to take 25 pips on that. The Euro Japanese yen, you can see again the price was hovering around this area here for some time. Well, you can see right from when I took that trade, price wasn't doing a great deal. Then we got to that midday news. This was the candle here, and price just took off on this, started to move off, and I got out of that taking 17 pips. And the US dollar Japanese yen, the last pair that I had opened, you can see I took this way back here. This was back before I started the London trade planning webinar. Let this run all the way through. Price just really wasn't doing a great deal. Again, it showed a bit of profit there, but then we saw this candle take off, and that came through the area that I was looking for. I managed to get out at 1-to-1 on that. I took 10 pips on the US dollar Japanese yen. And so that was me done for the day, finishing just after midday. It's quite a long session this morning. So the wins were 64 pips, plus 64 pips. Losses were 32 pips, minus 32, leaving me with a net of plus 32 pips. So if you'd like to find out more about the way that we trade at the Price Action Traders Institute, you can go to my website, which is www.uktoasia.com. And please remember to hit subscribe, which you should see down here somewhere. It helps get the message out to other people, and if you hit subscribe, you'll get the update and you'll get notification, the heads up, as and when I post these videos. Okay, thanks very much, and I'll see you again soon.